Namaste friends, welcome to the study of anatomy and physiology for yoga students and teachers worldwide. So the idea of anatomy and physiology, particularly focusing on yoga, is the number of yoga teachers are expoundingly increasing. ಸರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 2-3 ಸಲ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚಿನ್ನ Namaste friends, welcome to this study of anatomy and physiology for yoga teachers and students worldwide. There is a huge demand for yoga teachers training and there is a huge demand for yoga everywhere. In this world of modern world, we need something to meditate, to work on our body. The yoga is the best answer for all this. But for students and teachers who find it difficult to study anatomy and physiology, we are introducing this particular platform where you study anatomy and physiology in relation with yoga. So when we say anatomy and physiology, the science is so vast and so big that a simple explanation of anatomy and physiology it is quite difficult to do it. So we are trying to arrange this class in such a way that the explanation of anatomy and physiology is done with a view of focusing on yoga teachers and yoga students, and particularly focusing on asanas, pranayamas, kriyas and other parts of the body where during particular asana which muscles are being used, which joints are being used, and which synergistic or agonist or prime movers, what kind of activity is happening in the body. And with this understanding of anatomy and physiology, you will be able to understand the yoga perspective much better and apply to the best of your knowledge and ability. Thank you. Sanjay, we'll keep going. Okay, what is anatomy? Anatomy is a science which deals with the study of structure of human body. So when we say anatomy, I mean human anatomy. And what is physiology? Physiology is the study of function of human body and its surroundings. So how the body functions is physiology, and how the body is structured is anatomy. So we go ahead with study of anatomy and physiology with an example that I'd like to give an example. When I'm standing straight, I am standing with my both feet on the ground and upright posture. In this, my body is aligned in such a way that my flexors of front part of my body and extensors of my back part of body are in simple alignment, so that my body is aligned in a way that it can stand and align with center of gravity. So quite a technical terms, but when I'm standing, there are a group of muscles which are moving to make you stand upright, and there are a group of muscles which are trying to move to make you stand, agonist and antagonist, gravity and anti-gravity muscles. So there is a synchrony between certain group of muscles which will try to flex in particular direction to hold the position, and there are certain group of muscles which will try to extend to do the same. So when you're doing asanas, you need to be aware of this kind of clue or concept in your mind, and then study the anatomy of yoga asanas. Will make you feel much better and understand very easily. So there are trillion cells in human body. If we have the cells of all the same size, we will not be having that structure what we see as a human being. Human are Homo sapiens. We classify ourselves into Homo sapiens, and under that we study different cells, different parts of the body in upcoming class for you. But of cell According to Robert Cook, repeat the same. According to Dr. Robert, the definition of cell is a basic structural and functional unit of living organism. See how beautifully they describe cell structure. There are different types of cells, plant cells, animal cells, and in our study we focus on animal cells, and that too particularly the Homo sapien, that is human animal. So there are multiple cells in our body doing different functions. So muscles have a muscle cells, nerve have a nerve cells, the ligaments have a ligament cells, the blood cells are different, the epithelial cells are different, connective tissue cells are different, muscular cells are different, neuronal cells are different, nephron cells are different. So each one of them do specific function, and it is related to do particular function in the human body. The cluster of cells which come together to perform a simple common function is called as tissue. Tissue is a cluster of cells, and the cluster of tissues performing a particular function in human body are called as organs. And there are multiple organs work together to perform a specific targeted action or a function. So that is called as organ system. So there are 11 organ systems of human body, and that's what we are going to study. For yoga teachers, we feel there are 4 important systems, organ systems of human body you must know for you to be more aware of your asanas and teaching. So first one is skeletal system, second one is muscular system, third one is your nervous system, and fourth one is your digestive system. So if you are able to study these 4 mainly, and other systems also, for you to be more precise and have an edge over other yoga teachers. So while teaching, our skeleton also will be with us. So being a dead skeleton, or it's a plaster of Paris skeleton or a PVC skeleton, it is still teaching us. So learning can be from various direction and various sources. I want you to be having 2 things in common. Your intuition should be open and your intelligence should be synced with this. With this too, I want your open mind and open heart. So don't be judgmental when you're studying, don't be too much analytical when you're studying. And when you study everything, when you go through all this video and you find out what are the possible mistakes from the video, and you correct by yourself and you study. So this is what we suggest for you, and let us see how we grow.